In a world dominated by hustle culture, the grind is often glamorized and there lies a deeper and more nuanced approach to success. And to many people who have grown to love and embrace the idea of grinding, they have kind of mastered what it takes to be a successful person, to be a thriving entrepreneur, and to go through the daily challenges, transcending it to a more productive manner. In this series of Life Coach Corner, 31 Days Beyond the Grind, Mastering the Art of Hustle, in this year, we are looking into opportunities to be explored, ideas to be elevated, so that you get to strategize, to be mindful of your choices, to approach life holistically with, of course, persistence. And with continuous learning, you get to collaborate with great men and women, with thought leaders, so that your hustle or your hustling becomes purpose or design driven. Oftentimes, we approach life with so much difficulty because we miss the fact that yes, there is scientific way of doing things. There are also the way of the creative geniuses. So tonight, I'd like to introduce to you one of one of the life skills that have been given birth decades back, way back in the 18th century, or maybe way back when the Lord Christ, Jesus Christ, have started his ministry. But often people have taken aback to look at this in a way that it could really elevate the way you do things. Tonight, I'd like to introduce to you one of the things that you should not be missing if you want to be very strategic in approaching 2024. And that is the art behind coaching. Good evening, everyone. This is Master Coach A. You are joining me for day 16 of my 31 days Beyond the Grind series here in Life Coach Corner. Life Coach Corner is a community project, the community service of Life Coach Philippines, where we teach, we coach, and we build tribes as we help many of you achieve your unstoppable dreams come true. If you are joining me for the first time, this is a 31 days journey. So this is going to be midway. This is the second half. Last night, my conversation was about midpoint. So just in case you missed that conversation, I truly encourage you to watch the episode, watch the replays, of course, from day 1 to day 15. But last night was beyond midpoint. And if consider this episode as the first day of the second half of my stint here in Life Coach Corner. So call a friend, call a loved one, call somebody who you believe needs to learn another craft, another art, another way of working through the ladder of success. Now, how many of you would agree with me that often the difficult part in thriving, going through the ladder of success, getting the things that you want in life, or even navigating ideas and opportunities is a difficult conversations with the people you love? How many of you here have experienced you have super excited, there's so much fun, there's so much like super energy inside of you, but you get to meet the person you love, the family you care for, the best friend you have, the besties that's always with you there. And when you start having a conversation, it turns sour and you started losing focus and you started dying out of their scrutiny and questioning. How many of you have been to difficult conversations that seems to be never ending, going round and round and round and round. And even if you have all the resources to thrive and be successful, it feels like it's the end of everything. Good evening. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Let me know in the chat box if you have met one person or you have one person in your life or maybe many people in your life who seems to be giving you all the difficult conversations, and it's wasting your time, your energy, and really dampening your fuel, your fire to grow, mature, adulting, and really to become the best version of you and achieve what God have made you for. How many of you have that person in your life? Give me a yes. Okay, and maybe, okay, let's stretch our gratitude tonight and count how many of them. Wow, that's counterintuitive, right? How in the world counting how many of these people who makes our life so difficult a starting point of a gratitude conversations. Now here's the thing. Stretch your gratitude, your muscles of gratitude right now. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many individuals in your life right now gives you super difficult conversation day in, day out, or most of the hours of the day, or most of the days of the week? Put it in the chat box. How many of them? And as you remember all of them, I see you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have these people in my life. You can be grateful for God's grace, mercy, covering, protection, because you are still standing still and you're still able to show up, do the work, continue in life. So how many of you've got that? Come on, count it. Count. How many people do you've got? How many people are so difficult in terms of conversation? So let me just give a shout out. Okay, so I am starting to see the numbers now. Okay, I got 6 from Coach Lian. Okay, Master Coach Jasmine, I got 4. Okay, keep it coming. Come on, keep it coming. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Thank you for joining. Coach Nords, maraming salamat. Master Coach Jasmine, Coach Kit, Coach Lynn, Coach Marife. Okay, who else is here? Coach Rizel, Coach Maureen, Coach Orville. Okay, everyone hopping in, joining in. Maraming pong salamat. Keep the number coming. Okay, Doc Herman, you're here. Thank you so much. Okay, Taga friend, Coach C, you're here. Coach Lay, you're here. Awesome. Okay, you've got 3. Coach Lady Jen, you've got 4. Coach Orville, you got 4. Coach Marife, you've got 4. Coach Nords, you've got 5. Doc Herman, you've got 7 in there. All right. Come on, keep the numbers going and coming to the frontal lobe. And as you remember these conversations, as you remember these people, you probably get to remember the conversations you're having with them every single day. Yes. And now stretch your muscles of gratitude and be grateful that you're still able to get up, have a conversations with the people who are not giving you difficult time. Okay, so I get to see you, Coach Jean. I think I've missed you for a couple of nights on a live. Maraming salamat. You're back. Okay, you got 4 in there. Okay, so maraming salamat if you're watching this on a replay. Thank you so much for taking some time to continue learning with me. This is a 31 days journey, and beyond the 31 days, or even preparing yourselves for the 31 days journey, just in case you kind of losing yourself, your thoughts in some of the conversations, please do not hesitate to check my YouTube channel, Master Coach A, okay, at YouTube, or also the Coach AI Connect. So in Coach AI Connect YouTube channel, you get to watch all the replays of the great coaches in our tribe. They have the Brewing Live and all the past episodes, especially the episodes we have conducted when the pandemic hits. Those are beautiful, powerful, and really life-changing conversations. Please check our YouTube channel, Coach AI Connect. Also, if you are following this 31 days journey, after the entire journey is finished, I will put a toolkit in each and every of the episodes. So right now, day one toolkit is up. You can check the description of day one, okay, of the 31 days, and there is a link where you can find the toolkit. So go ahead after the conversations tonight. You can check it out and download your toolkit and start working on the toolkit. If you are a coaching professional, you are a coaching or aspiring coaching you are a coaching enthusiast, it's great that you start working on the toolkits. You can use it for yourself, you can use it for your clients. Now, I'm still on my runway of my 100 days live coaching toolkit mastery series in my YouTube channel, and there are 75 episodes there with like everything in there with toolkits. So if you are starting to practice the profession and you're looking how to professionalize the profession, how to monetize it, how to get started, what are the toolkits that you can give your clients or your potential clients, go check my YouTube channel. There are 75 toolkit, fresh toolkits that I have shared in there, and you can definitely get to benefit and monetize it. So I'm so excited for all of you tonight. Please, okay, hello, Doc Kitty. Thank you for catching up with us tonight. So I'm so excited for you tonight, because what I'm gonna do is to share with you one powerful way life coaching can save you. And how, I'm not sure how you, if you are a life coach practitioner, you are a coaching entrepreneur or coaching professionals like myself here, I'm not sure how you introduce yourself as a coaching professional to many people, and not a lot of people understand what we do. Now, it's unfortunate that many individuals or many organizations right now kind of dilute the word coach, and they call their leaders, they call their team leads coach, and there's nothing wrong with it. But to be a professional life coach takes a toll to many, because what exactly do we do differently from the rest of the people who call themselves a coach? Now, hello, Coach Sean, I see you now. Okay, great. Now, here's the thing, okay? Number one, you cannot call yourself a life coach if you have not been through certification program or training where a company, an institute, an academe, or a practicing coach have trained you under their belt. So here in Life Coach Philippines, I offer co-actively co-create life coach certification program that is internationally accredited, okay, with 40 CPD credit units. Now, life coaching is unregulated industry, and fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, this is a domain, this is an industry that anybody can play, which is good for many of us, but not good if there are players who would come in and not serious to advance and professionalize the skill. But I'd like you to understand that being a life coach commands, yes, a responsibility, but it commands a great opportunity for us to improve relationships. Now, I'm going to start sharing with you why life coaching to me is something that everybody in the entire world should be learning. I believe in that. I believe in that. I started my profession in 2017, celebrating my 6th year anniversary. I would not trade my professions with anything else. I think many of you who've been trusting me since then, you know how resolved I am with the professions. And it's unfortunate that not a lot of people are able to go through the curve of learning, staying focused, and going through the changes. By the way, in case you missed, I've written something, I posted something in Life Coach Philippines page, in this page, about going through change, transitions, or transformations. Please go ahead, read it, and give me a feedback. I would appreciate your feedback. Okay. So, I would always define life coaching as fivefold. So it's an art, it's a science, it's a lifestyle, it's a profession, it's a business. So I've been defining life coaching in this manner, in this fivefold. So even way back 2017, when I started teaching people about life coaching, I do certification programs since 2017, and right now over half a thousand people, professionals, are doing the professions. And I continue to invite all of you to join me in the professions because the world is so big, 8 billion people, and we are barely 100,000, more or less, plus minus, coaching professionals diving into this profession. And therefore, there's so much opportunity for us to grow and advance. This is super duper a blue ocean profession. There's a lot of learning curves. It's not easy. I continue to study and to strengthen my core every single day for the last 6 years of my life. But I tell you that it's gonna be worth your time. So it's worth my time. It's gonna be worth your time. So let's get started with life coaching is an art in the way that I would articulate and prove to you my point that life coaching is an art, or I that for tonight, let's talk about the artistry of coaching. Is let's apply coaching in the most, I would say, pestering condition, or I would say time waster. And to me, pestering, time wastage, energy wastage happens when we have difficult conversations with difficult people. Now, there's a lot of difficult people, but if we don't have to have a conversations with them, we're good, right? How many of you get a yes? How many of you would tell me yes? There are a lot of difficult people, but we don't have to have a conversations with them. It's okay. But what about you needing to have a difficult conversations with a difficult person? How is that? Well, the conversation is difficult because to begin with, there are difficult people. Yes, do I get a yes in the comment? Magandang gabi po. Mood meter check. How are you doing so far? Kumusta na po kayo? After last night, conversations about midpoint, halfway through in life. How many of you would agree with me that, having a difficult conversations because the person is difficult is a pester, a time wastage, and energy wastage. And we just hope that we don't even have to deal with these people, but we do have, right? Right? Hands up, please, anyone. Okay, so I'm going to share with you tonight how life coaching can help. And if you just get to understand it, and if you get to position this with clients, with friends, colleagues, they get to understand that's one value of life coaching: handling difficult conversations. Now, remember, life coaching is an art. It means that we can practice creativity, and that's why I'm saying there's really mastering the artistry of coaching. Okay. So yes, we have toolkits. Yes, we've got resources from our toolbox. Yes, we've got scientific way of looking at each and every problems in the world, and our processes, which I'm going to share with you when I share life coaching as a science. But for tonight, let's just agree that we can use art. We can be artistic and creative. And we can employ the process of life coaching to remedy, to get better, to kind of navigate and explore ways to handle difficult conversations with difficult people. How many of you are excited to know this? How to do it? We're going to use life coaching here. Okay. So Artistry. So life coaching is an art. And how do you employ life coaching? Remember, life coaching is never intrusive. Life coaching is respectful. Life coaching is all about holding a safe space for our clients. So now imagine you are my clients now and hosting a safe space for all of you to navigate your difficult conversations. And what I will do is to show you that I can be very creative in helping you identify and find your way out of difficult conversation so that you don't waste your time and energy. How many of you excited to learn that? I'm going to show it right now, right here with you, how to do it, how you can explore science, lifestyle, business, profession, okay? But let's get started. How can you employ creativity? Okay. And so, how do you do this? So, be creative. When you find, okay, so watch also one of my episode on borrowing brilliance. So, I'm going to employ the idea of borrowing brilliance. So, for tonight, I'm going to borrow the brilliance, okay, the brilliance of one guy, okay, or one person who, kind of, I'm going to jumpstart from a work of a brilliant person. So that's being creative, that's being artistic, okay? So you can borrow brilliance, you can navigate through the problems that you want to help your clients. How many of you excited? How many of you kind of, I want to do that? I think I want to learn how to do that, Master Coach. I'm gonna demonstrate it to you tonight. I'm gonna make you understand how it's gonna be done. Okay, how many of you excited for that? I mean, I want excited people in the house. Show me your excitement because I'm gonna be sharing with you exactly how you can do it. Okay, so I'm gonna jumpstart from, okay, um Liz Wiseman, okay, Liz Wiseman research and work. So I'm gonna jumpstart. So here's the thing, Tim. So I want to employ coaching. I want to use coaching to help clients navigate through difficult conversations with difficult people. And what I wanted to show you is I can be very creative. I can be very artistic about how to approach this problem. I'm going to use life coaching as a baseline, as a skill. And what would life coaching skill do? We do not describe, we do not give solutions, but we facilitate a process. And I'm going to show it to you right now how I do it in a perspective of art. Okay. So how can we be artistic in navigating through our client's problem? And I'm going to imply the art of borrowing brilliance. It means that I'm going to start my navigation, my explorations, my co-actively co-creating solution process, navigating through the path with my clients, starting with borrowing a brilliance. So for tonight, I'm gonna borrow the brilliance of the person, okay, and her name is Liz Wiseman, okay, and this is like based on a research. Okay, so there's a science on here. Based on the research of more than 150 executive across 4 continents. Okay, based on the research of more than 150 executive across 4 continents, Liz Wiseman discovered that leaders can be placed on a spectrum, okay, on a spectrum of 2 extremes. So I'm starting with the brilliance of a woman, Liz Wiseman, but her brilliance is based on research of more than 150 executive in 4 continents. It means that if you are practicing from different parts of the globe, or you are a life coach here in the Philippines and you want to reach the globe, I'm showing you how you can be creative in reaching the world. Yes? Up in here, going, you're still with me? Are you excited? Do you want this? Okay, like put off your your distraction, because I'm gonna show you how to navigate through the art of coaching. Because what you do is you complicate a lot of time. So I'm gonna show you. Yes, thank you, Coach. You're still there. Okay, so I want to make sure that you're not losing me or I'm not losing you. Okay, focus. Stay on focus now, because I'm gonna show you how I'm doing it creatively, artistically. So if you're my client, if you are my client and you have experienced these conversations and you have experienced this strategy, okay, connecting. So say connecting. Okay, stay focused now. Okay, so imagine I employed also the strategy of storytelling, right? So I pick up on difficult conversations with difficult people. By the way, I started teaching about storytelling. So if you're interested, please put a hashtag in there, storytelling, connect with us, because my next storytelling class is up next. So I'm going to be sharing with you the next schedule and all. So get ready for that. But for tonight, I want to show you exactly how I do it, how I navigate through the profession and artistically. So I'm using the borrowing brilliance, the art of borrowing brilliance, which I taught also in one of the previous episodes. So my problem, okay, which I want to help my clients with, the problem of my clients is I'm focusing now on people who have difficult conversations because they're dealing with difficult people. And how many of you would agree with me that you would always find, regardless of niche, regardless of industry, regardless of domain, regardless of wherever you go, there would always be difficult people, and there would always be poor people being victimized by difficult people. Do I get a yes? Do I get a yes? Would you agree with me that no matter how rich the person would be, that person would always tell you, I still have difficult conversations. Yeah. So the way I look at it, I position myself and look, okay, what is a universal problem that is common, regardless of niche, regardless of age, regardless of status in life, regardless of gender. And I found, okay, and which I think you're agreeing with me, because all of you is giving me the yes and excitement, is a difficult conversation day in, day out, with difficult people that we cannot shoot out of our lives because we love them or they love us, and vice versa. They need us, we need them, we work with them, we stay with them, and for all the different reasons in the world, they are there to stay with our lives. So that's my problem. And I say that's my problem, that's a problem that I'm supposed to help my clients navigate through. Okay, co-actively co-create model, it means that I'm going to host a space, I'm going to co-create a solution. So the client's problem is now my problem, because we are going to be co-creating a solution, right? So what I'm doing here is an actual demonstration of how I navigate this profession, and definitely how I help my clients get the solutions in a non-intrusive way. So that's the problem. And so I started with picking up from an industry, and which is research based. So I pick up a research conducted with 150 executives in 4 continents. It means that this is universal, kind of 4 continents. And why executives? Now, how many of you would agree with me? Please agree with me. Give me a big, big yes. Okay. How many of you would agree with me that at one point in your life, if you have been employed, you have encountered a difficult conversation with one executive, whether you work in that company, or you are a client of that company, you're a merchant of that company, you have encountered one difficult conversations with an executive. Yes, agree, yes? So what would be the best starting point is to understand how to win an argument, how to win a conversations with difficult people, with power, with possession, with money. And why would I go further but really focus on executives and imagine a research work? I don't have to do the research because it's done. 150 executive, top-notch executive, 4 continents. Would you all agree with me that that's a very good baseline? It's a safe baseline. How many of you agree? Yes? Do I get a yes? Are we all in understanding? Are we all in agreement? Am I doing it right? Do I get a yes? Do I get your seal of approval? Okay. Come on now. If you are joining me and if you are not yet part of our tribe, you are contemplating, do I join this course? Do I get certified by Master Coach A? Do I get her as my coach, my mentor, my trainee and all? Then this is how I treat my tribe. Okay? I gonna spill the bean, okay, and I'm doing it now in public platform, and I'm showing you how I operate things. There's no magic. There's art of creative thinking, which I teach, by the way. So, how many of you is in agreement that yes, okay, I can I can literally use as a benchmark, as a foundational idea, the research of 150 executive in 4 continents. And I'm starting not even on zero. I'm going to use again the art of borrowing brilliance. I know how to borrow brilliance. I thought, remember, in one of my episodes, I give you 6 steps. So I'm going to start with the brilliance of Liz Wiseman. Interesting. Her name is Wiseman. So I want. So in that, based on that research, based on that works, okay, which is science with all the numbers and all. I'm a graduate of economics from the University of the Philippines. And if you're from economics, from statistics, okay, from that, I'm saying that to make a point, not just to tell you I'm from UP. Okay, I'm saying that to tell a point. It means that I know numbers. Okay, and so because that's one of my strengths, I know that research works. Research-based content would always lead to something great. I mean, they will not be stupid to pay a large amount of money to study executive in 4 continents for nothing. So definitely there's a result now, and there's a woman, okay, there's a guru, there's a thought leader who coming from that, okay, works on, okay, navigating through, and she discovered, okay, that leaders can be placed in 2 extremes. And the extremes are, okay, are you ready? So I'm now, okay, so now I am the coach, okay, I am the coaching practitioner, and I'm using creativity, the artistry of coaching, to use on the brilliance of other people to help my clients solve the problem of difficult conversations with difficult people in their lives. So she said there are two extremes of leaders, 2 extremes. And drum roll, the true 2 extremes, okay, the true 2 extremes. So I say true, it means based on research, there are really for real. No matter how you call the executives in each of the corporations, there are true extremes. And the extremes, the extremes are, drum roll, the extremes of these leaders or executives are either multipliers or diminishers. Multipliers versus diminishers. So it means that if we can just look into, okay, so here my thoughts. So executives, extremes. So when you say extremes, they're difficult to speak with, right? So they are difficult to have a conversation with, because they're either, okay, their extremes would be diminishers or multipliers. So how many of you are now getting excited with this? So my flow of thoughts, okay. So if I learn, okay, if I guide my client into analyzing the people in their lives through the two extremes of the executives. Remember, the extremes of these executives that they get to show at work are probably, or most probably, there's another research, by the way, but I'm not going to share that research, shows that they're also like that at home. They're also like that in their family. One brain model, HBDI. Okay, HBDI tells us that we are one brain model. There's a one brain model. Okay, I'm teaching HBDI, so I know HBDI. Therefore, the executive who is a diminisher at work is also a diminisher at home. A multiplier at work is also a multiplier at home. And so if I can host a space and help my client navigate through understanding, are these people, or these people you are having a difficult conversations, a diminisher or a multiplier, then there is a possibility and probability that my client will be excited to look into the conversations and understand where he or she can make an improvement. Do I get a yes? Are you still with me? People in the house, are you still with me? How do you feel? Give me your thoughts right now. Give me your thoughts now. Give me your thoughts, please. Okay. Are you getting this? Are you kind of, now I'm getting it, Master Coach? Are you getting this? Are you getting how I'm doing it? Okay, please don't miss the episodes. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to talk about science. The following day I'm going to demonstrate lifestyle. The next day I'm going to demonstrate profession. The next day I'm going to demonstrate business. So you don't want to miss the episodes, the upcoming episodes of Life Coach Corner. Okay, so I will do it this way. Okay, I'm going to do it in front of you, all of you. So if you're not yet my student, my hope, my prayer is you get to understand why my students thrive and why my students could continue to learn with me, journey with me, and why we are able to make a difference and really deliver results as professional certified life coaches. Okay, so I'm going to show it with you. No secret, full transparency. And if you are one person, if you're still not believing in what I do, try it. Try it exactly how I'm doing it. Like, really dive into the conversation. Watch the replay of this video over and over again. Do it 100 times. Learn how I'm doing it, because this is exactly how I do my craft. Artistically, of course. So tomorrow you'll learn how I do it scientifically. So today, science. How many of you connecting? How many of you getting this? How many of you still in agreement? Good. Okay. I like that, Coach. My friend, my hubby often told me that, hey, the house is not your office. Absolutely. So don't treat it like an office. Proud student here. Okay. Are you all still here? And can you just give me one emotions you have right now? Okay. I'm just slowing down just to give your brain way to do it, because the next thing I will do is to share with you, okay, how does it look like? Okay. How does it look like? Okay, if you are part of Life Coach Philippines, by the way, if you are one of our coaches, okay, I'm gonna share. Okay, I'm gonna share in our GC. Okay, so you will be excited for this. Okay, I'm gonna share in our GC the difference. Okay, there is image. Okay, a comparison that the comparison. Okay, the summary of the comparison of a diminisher and a multiplier. And so if you are not yet part of Life Coach Philippines, but somebody connected with you and invited you, please connect with that person and ask that person for the copy. Okay? So is that okay? So if you are interested and you want to have a copy of how to differentiate, okay? So there is like multipliers versus diminishers, multipliers versus diminishers. Okay, I'm gonna share with you. Okay, so you can have a copy of that. Okay, and that copy you can get from the person who invited you in. But if you are part of Life Coach Philippines, go ahead, meet me inside MeWe. Okay, I'm gonna share it inside MeWe for tonight's episode. Right? Okay, awesome. Okay, feeling intrigued. Okay. Okay, good, 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 good. Gusto ko yung image. Okay, yes. Okay, wait for the image. I'm gonna share it inside MeWe after the conversations. Okay, you're gonna have the summary. Okay, so you will have the info. Okay, graphics of this. Okay, the summary. Okay, the comparison. Okay, go inside MeWe after the conversation. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you now. Okay, I'm gonna head on. So if you're following through, okay, just in case you're coming in, just right now you have to watch the replay to have a background of this. So I am demonstrating how you can use art, okay, the principles of art, the creativity, you can employ it in coaching because there's artistry of coaching. So what I only did is I look at the client's problem, I look at what the domains, the industry, and I look at what is common across and universal. Okay, so oftentimes that's the problem with the life coach. Where do I get started? Who do I talk to? What problem do I get to solve? Number one, my flow of thoughts is very simple. What is a universal problem? A universal problem that I'm trying to help my clients solve with is having a difficult conversation with a difficult person and wasting their time and energy, and this person have to stay because it's either a family member, an executive, or a boss, or a colleague, a ministry, whatever. Okay, so don't go far. I want it to be science based. I want it like something that I can bank on. I did not. I don't have time to waste. Okay, energy saver. Okay, that's what we do as entrepreneurs. And I work on the research conducted with 150 executives in 4 continents because I believe that every executives give a difficult conversations or a difficult person to one of the people they who knows them, right? And so I use the borrowing brilliance to dissect all of this. So this did not happen overnight, by the way, but I'm just demonstrating to you how my brain flows artistically in getting this. So watch the episode on borrowing brilliance so you would know how I process, okay, from the brilliance of Liz Wiseman. Okay, so now, okay, there are there are contrasts. Okay, the first contrast here, okay, is the assumption. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you now, you're my client. Hey client, okay, so take a look at, is your conversations, is the person in front of you going through this path? Okay, so what are we trying to look into? Is the person giving them difficult conversation a multiplier or a diminisher? Is that, if you're my client, come on now, if you're my client, many of you are my clients and my students, okay? If you're here right now, would you be interested and say, come on, coach, let's do it? I want to know that. Okay, how can I solve my conversation? So if you are my client here and you're thinking, Master, why have you not taught me that? Master, why have we not? Okay, so probably you are not in my relationship coaching. You probably did not ask me, because had you asked me, I will have told you this. Okay, there's one person here that I hope he asked me, because when he never asked, so now you get to see this now in these conversations. Okay? All right, number one, let's walk this through. Okay, let's walk this through. The first thing that you have to understand, okay, with a multiplier versus diminisher is the assumption. Okay, what are the assumptions of the person? Now, you are my client, okay? Assume that you're my client, okay? Later on, you're going to be the coach, but assume you're my client and you're working it out with me, okay? So here's the thing, okay? What do you think is the typical assumption of the person you're having conversations with? Okay. assumptions. If you are dealing with um, a multiplier, the assumption he or she would have is people are smart and can figure things out. People are smart and they can figure it out. On the other side, if the person is a diminisher, the person's assumptions would be like this: people can't figure it out without me. How many of you is interested now? Okay. So if I ask you, is the person in front of you, you always have a difficult conversations, would have that always the assumptions that people are intelligent, people are smart, and they can figure it out, or the person in front of you believes that you can't figure it out without him or her. I'm gonna pause it here and I want to hear your thoughts and comments. Come on now, follow through. Can you follow through? Are you getting excited with this? Okay. You know, another thing that's interesting with um understanding this, okay, there are, whether these extremes, okay, here's the thing, based on the study, diminishers and multipliers are magnets, okay, they magnet talents, okay, so they get to attract people. So if you are a talented person, you are definitely get to be attracted either by a diminisher and a multiplier. And so how many of you have got that? How many of you get that? Okay, so another thing that would categorize or characterize, okay, multipliers and diminishers. Okay, so let's take a look at this. A multiplier is a talent magnet. It means that they hire work with people. Okay, so I'm gonna go back first. Okay, so again, the context here is executive, but how do you realize that in your life, the people you deal with either assume that you know what they know, or assume that you don't know anything without them, and they kind of make you dependent on them, because without their thoughts, without their words, without their comments, without their yeses, then you don't know it. You need me. So when they're left alone, or maybe you miss to consult them, or you miss to ask their opinion, or you don't get what I have to say, they make your life so difficult. And you ended up in an argument. And sometimes you think, well, what's the matter? What's the problem? This is a very simple thing that I started working on. Why do I have to share it with you? It's because the person assumes that you don't know anything without her or him. And you have to have always a conversations with that person. Quite the opposite, the other person, okay, if the person is a multiplier, would always assume that you know what you know. So when you ask, it's kind of, why don't you know that? You're supposed to know that. How many of you realize that? Come on now, are you getting this? Do I get a yes, everyone? I want to know you're still here. Are you joining me still? Yes. Oh nga, yes. Awesome, awesome. Okay, now the next part here is understanding. Okay, understanding their behaviors, their discipline, and how they see things. So talent magnets, okay, a multiplier is a talent magnet. What does it mean? They hire talented people, they use them fully and help them to succeed. People thrive and a cycle of attraction is created. So they get to, you get to thrive, you get to be successful, and there's so much cycles of that. The minister, on the other hand, are empire builders. Okay, they hire talent, they attract people, but underutilized. They hoard resources for their own gain. Talents are stunted, results suffer, and a cycle of decline is seen. Okay, can you see that? Uh, a multiplier is a liberator. Create an intense environment, but of course, executive, their environment would always be intense. But, okay, the environment demands people's best performance. They create stability so people are free to think, act boldly, and focus on their work. The diminishers are tyrants. They create a tense environment. Okay, one is intense, okay, and the other is tense. So I'm not sure, okay? Some people feel bad when they say you're so intense. But to me, I'd rather be in creating an intense environment than creating a tense environment. There's a difference between intense versus tense. Somebody write in there, please, in the comment. Don't confuse intense with tense. Okay? Don't confuse passionate versus stressful environment. Okay. Hold it. Hold, Coach Bernard. Let's do this artistically, and with art we get to enjoy. Hello, creative brewers in the house. Okay, cool it. Okay, don't bring confusion to your frontal brain, because when you enjoy art, it liberates you, Coach Bernard. Okay, tense versus intense. So another way is multipliers are challengers. They challenge you because they define opportunities in a way that motivates people to stretch themselves beyond existing know-how so that they can discover and execute optimal solutions. The ministers are know-it-alls. They define directives, show off their superior insights, and tell people what to do. People second guess the boss and are stuck with what they already know how to do it. Multipliers are, here's the thing. You know, the second, this part I'm going to share with you, kind of divide the house, okay? Because it says that multipliers are debate makers. They engage people in rigorous debate to arrive at a sound decisions. People are challenged, own, and understand. They challenge, own, and understand the decision made. On the other side, the ministers are decision makers. They make decisions by themselves or their inner circle, dominate discussions, and force through decisions, leaving other people feeling uninvolved and confused. And if you are one person, where's the decision maker? Why aren't you making decision? Why are you not telling us what to do? Now you understand why I always tell you, let's have a conversation instead of telling you, do this, do that. Are you getting this? Okay. So next, diminishers, okay, diminishers will make you feel confused most of the time, while the multipliers make you feel tense, okay, kind of tense, but truth of the matter, and you feel like I'm overwhelmed, I'm, I don't know what to do. Truth of the matter is just like you are being challenged. You are being challenged. Okay, so now you get to understand. Now you, if you are my client, you get now to say, who are you dealing with? Because you need to understand who are you dealing with so that we can navigate through the conversations. Are you getting this? Okay. Next, multipliers are investors. They invest on building people's ownership, ability to perform without them. They share insights but give back, okay? Back the accountability. Micromanagers, on the other hand, are the traits of diminishers. They micromanage. Diminishers try to do everything personally. They jump in and out, creating confusion and over dependence on them. Now, in terms of results, multipliers get twice results out of people. Diminishers get less, you know, 50% less gets less than 50% of results from people because they want to do it by themselves. So now what I just did is to share with you, see if you happen to be my client, and I shared with you, okay, here are the reference point. Are you dealing with a diminisher or a multiplier? How many of you get to see that if we start our conversations on a bench, okay, a reference point that is science-based, research-based, we kind to have a more objective assessment of who are we talking to. Because in coaching, the difficult part here is our clients give us a picture, and because remember, they could base their picture, their narratives based on their emotions. And as a life coach, our role is to host a space that is safe for them, and we ask questions so that they can process their thoughts. But the problem is we don't really have a clear picture of what they're going through. It means that they have the best picture of it, they have the best view, but we don't. But we hold the process. And so creating a way for you to come into the same perspective is a creative way of helping our clients. And how many of you would agree with me? It's very creative that I started showing you, okay, how to evaluate difficult conversations through the lens of multipliers and diminishers. How many of you getting this? Now, out of this, so again, okay, out of this, after learning this, my client and I can now agree, okay, what do we do? How can we navigate the conversations? If the person is challenger, debate maker, how can we turn that conversations now in a way that would be beneficial for the person, for you, in the and that conversations that you always have? How can we flip the situation now for your advantage, knowing that the person in front of you communicates in this manner? How many of you have this now? Okay. So from here, okay, from here, I can start saying, do you remember I started the conversation asking you, do you have these people? Okay. You have 4, 7, 6, right? Okay. So I'm gonna dive now. Remember, this is an actual conversation. This is an actual demo. And now you are my clients, you are my potential clients, you are my observers, you are my spectators, you are probably my challenger. And so here's my sharing to you. I have demonstrated that life coaching is an art. And I showed you that even the way I do coaching as an art, I have basis for that, scientific basis for that, research based, and you can follow through it. So I don't lead my clients based on my emotions. I lead my clients in a way that both me and my clients can work on something that we both agree. But I don't just listen to my clients and follow their emotions. So don't call me biased, because I will never be biased on the solutions that we both agreed on. Okay? So my way of dealing with my clients would always have a basis. So now imagine your positions, you're my client. Remember, I asked you. Okay, so here we go now. I'm going to close this. And here how I'm going to close this. This is an actual demonstration. You have mentioned 7, you have mentioned earlier that there are 7 difficult people in your life that you have difficult conversations every single day. Some of you have 4, and I think the smallest number I've seen are 3. Now, let me just work on the 3. Assuming you at the very minimum, you have 3 individuals in your life that gives you difficult conversations every single day. Now, I want you to compute. How much money are you losing? I'm not using money. I'm not paying them. Time is money. It's a currency. I've taught that. Okay. There are four types of currency. There are four types of currency that we do exchange, and one of them is money. One of that is also time. So how much time are you losing having a difficult conversations with these three difficult people in your life? Can you compute? Okay. So what if, okay, can you also compute how much energy are you wasting? How much resources are you wasting? Now, can you compute? Can you compute? Can you equate that? And how do you equate that? How much are you earning every single day? Divided it by 8 hours, okay? And that's your per hour rate from your boss, okay, from the company who pays you. And if you're losing, if you're, okay, spending 1 hour of difficult conversations with this difficult person, you are losing that money. What if the conversation is 4 hours? What if the conversation is you're sleeping and you cannot sleep because you're having the conversations with this person next in your bed? That's very costly, right? So now imagine, what if you can only reduce that conversation, that number of hours of conversations to even 50%? Okay, let's do the math now. Okay, help me out on this, everyone in the house. Do the math. Do the math. How much money can you save? Which money saved is money earned. Okay, how much money, how much potential money can you earn if only you can reduce by 50%? By 50%, a difficult conversation. Can you put it there in the chat box? Give me an estimate. How much money are you going to save? Are you going to spend? Well, of course, if that hours will be saved, you can use that hours to create money, to create opportunities. Okay, so that would be even bigger. So I'm not saying we're going to eliminate that. I'm just asking you, what if by 50% we get to reduce, you get to reduce that? How much money potentially you can have in a month? Come on, give me a number, plus minus in the chat box, in the comment. Quantify it, Master Coaches mean. It's a lot. So give me a money. Give me a rough estimate of that. What is that money? How much are we talking about? How much are we talking about? Okay. So you're not going to eradicate everything, but you just like, okay, 50%. How much money? Okay. How much is that? What is 100%? What is that? Okay, it can be 100%. How much is that? Are you gonna make potentially 100,000? Half a million? 20,000? 30,000? How much is your potential income or additional revenue, additional money if you will reduce by 50% your difficult conversations? Okay, come on. Give me a number. At least 60,000 a month. Okay, great. Yeah. Come on. Keep the numbers coming so that you understand how much are you losing. Just reduce it by 50%. How much money can you potentially earn? 100,000 a month. Great, Master Coaches mean. Come on. How much money? 100K, Coach Berna. Okay. Put it in the chat box. Okay. So isn't it true? Isn't it true? Isn't it true that you can't even identify completely the opportunities that you are losing? Because you know that that numbers that you have written there is actually an understatement. Do I get a yes, everyone? Do I get a yes? You can't even quantify the loss that you're having because you're having difficult conversations with difficult people in your life. And you probably get to remember now how many difficult conversations I have every single day of my life, and I'm wasting my energy, I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my health. I'm losing focus and I can't do things. I'm not thriving. I'm not successful. I'm not able to do what I want to do because I'm wasting this valuable time, energy, resources, and all of these things. And the numbers, I don't even want to look at it. But with all of you now, will you all agree with me that you are losing a lot in terms of numbers, money, opportunities? Yes? Do I get a yes? Numbers don't lie. All right. So what's next? What's next? So this is an actual demonstration. This is an actual opening how I do things. And so let me do this. Okay, Coach Nards, if three, okay, like this, Coach Nards, I appreciate you. If 3 times 1 hour a day, 3 hours per day, 1,500 per hour a day, that's 4,500. 50% is 2,250. Times 25 days, you can approximately generate 56,000 pesos a month. All right. So, let me cut a deal. Let me cut a deal with you. What if you can work with me and I show you how you can at least cut this conversation, this difficult conversation by 50%? Or I would term it better. What if you can improve your conversations with difficult people by 100%? Would you work with me? Would you give me a chance? Don't waste your time with the difficult conversations. What about having a conversations with me? Pay me for 1 hour, and if you don't get your results, you got your 1 hour. I pay you back. Money back guarantee. But what if you get the results? Would you hire me for a month, a year, or maybe until all these difficult conversations in your life gets better? You think how much are you losing versus how much you can possibly earn when I get to help you work on your difficult relationship. It's a real invitations, everyone. I do coaching. I accept clients. Very few clients on the road, on the flow right now. It means very few. It means I have very limited slots. But if you are one person who wants to better your conversations, rescue your difficult conversations day in, day out, okay, I truly have a new program, which is Mastering the Art of Difficult Conversations, Transforming Conflict into Connections. And I welcome you clients. And if you want to set your appointment with me, okay, DM, private message, connect with me directly. And I look forward having our conversations with you, which will save you a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of resources, and you will be able to experience it firsthand. And of course, you can make money and monetize it when you use it with your clients. So connect with me. I'll see you again tomorrow for the scientific part of life coaching. If you enjoy my conversations tonight, please give me a comment, give a shout out, share the conversation, help other people get to know. My promise, my gift to you remains. If you are part of our tribe, see me at Niwi. I'm going to share with you in there. Okay, book your slot. It's very limited, but I'm so excited to see you. All right, good night, everyone. Hashtag pack my bag moment. Hashtag return of insight. Let's do this. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Good night, everyone. Happy conversations with you. I look forward to having conversations with you very soon. Bye-bye.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag and drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.